Well, good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Self. Hi, Self. Good to see you. It's another perfect day in God's country, and I'm back at the house, right where I was last night, although I did a bunch more work outside yesterday. But I don't know. You can see I did some painting with some white back in there. For those of you who watched yesterday's video and seen that wall behind me looked like that, a little bit of an improvement. The ceiling, I don't know what I'm going to do with the ceiling in this place. The guy half drywalled the ceiling. And what's funny is it was like a plaster ceiling. Actually, maybe that's just really old drywall. But what's funny is he just went right over the old stuff. And it's not quite half done. So do I pull the new drywall off to go back to the old nasty stuff? It's in pretty rough shape. Or do I finish drywalling? Or do I just leave it the way it is and give it to the next fella? Which sometimes things such as that just get passed along to the next guy. We'll see. The exit strategy can vary from property to property, and I often just make it up as I go. This particular house I'm very fond of for many reasons. The location. The location is just fantastic. I absolutely love the location. Very close to my house, in a great spot, etc., etc. The second thing that I really love about this house is the lot. Very, very nice lot that this house has. One of the nicest ones in this town of Mohawk. So it has an absolutely wonderful, partially secluded, gorgeous lot. And the location is stellar. The house, not too bad. So I'm just going to keep dressing her up and go from there. We might sell this place in a month or less, or we might have it for a year. I don't know. We almost never, ever, ever have a property for a year, but like I said, I just don't have the full exit strategy in mind yet. I'm still drinking it in, to be honest. And while I do that, as you guys can tell, I'll throw a lot of paint around, do a lot of cleaning, scraping, fixing things, and kind of drink it in and see what the full potential may be, or decide what the full potential may be as I go along. A lot of times these old houses up here, and I don't really want to use the word not worth. I was going to say they're really not worth the full-on rehab, with the new fancy countertops and the all-new fabricated hardwood floors and all the bells and whistles that everybody wants in the modern age. Oftentimes, you just can't sell them for enough to warrant doing all of that work. Not just the money part of it. Might be worth putting the money in. You might do all right off that, but a lot of labor goes into doing that as well. So not always the best plan. And again, when you're dealing with houses this old and, this thing, if I want to clean it up really nice without going crazy and buying all new flooring and all that kind of stuff, I might get 40 grand for it, 45 grand for it, maybe a little more depending on how nice I fix it up. But step one, drink it all in, clean what you can, slap some paint around, do the obvious. I don't have much more time to be working on the exterior, so today I'll be doing a lot more work on the exterior. This morning, I may do something with this wall behind me. Again, more very fancy drywall work. I think I called this new drywall work the other day or yesterday when I was making a video. It's new drywall work, but probably done 15 or 20 years ago. Probably 10 to 15 years ago. It's my best guess. I just found something in here from 2013. A big giant Valentine's card where his sweetie was saying, "I love you so much, Paul." A guy named Paul used to live here. Lived here till he passed away. House been vacant ever since. So Paul must have done this. Was probably trying to clean up the old house for his new Valentine there. And thought, well, I'll make her a real nice bedroom up here where she's comfy and cozy. Started throwing some drywall around. Looked like he might have been in a little bit of a hurry. Sometimes girls do that to you. But yeah, he might have been in a little bit of a hurry because not a lot of patience went into it. And I understand that. I'm guilty as anybody with that kind of stuff. Because mainly, it's not that I don't really have the ability to display all of the patience that is required. It is required to be very patient doing something like this. You have to really love it. And hopefully y'all can tell I do. I can promise you this smile never leaves my face, even after I turn off this camera. I absolutely love this kind of work and very passionate about it. There's nothing like getting an old house like this, as you guys saw from the early videos. Just an old neglected house, and there is nothing cooler than getting your hands on something like this and just doing whatever you want to it and cleaning it up and making it desirable for the next person. I really dig it. I take a great deal of pride in it, and I love the work. I'm very passionate about it. There is just something about bringing these old homes back to life that is super duper cool. And all the little perks and bonuses are cool for me because I'm not a big money guy. I don't need a bunch of money. I really don't need anything. Like, I'm fully stocked and prepared right here, right now. Got my hat, got my shades, got one burning, got one in the pocket, got my coveralls on so I can handle about anything. Got a $500 pickup truck out there with a bunch of tools in it, paint brushes, and about all the tools I could need. I don't want or need for anything. I do this because it's wonderful work, and I truly enjoy it. And of course, I do need to make a couple bucks to continuously feed the family, so there's that too. But like I said, I don't sit here and try to squeeze every penny out of it or do every last detail. My job's to make it look inviting to the next person. Turn it into a very unattractive purchase and turn it into an attractive purchase. It's really that simple. That's my goal. So again, this is like day 4 over here working and just drinking it in and doing my thing. And that wall behind me certainly looks a little better now. Hey, see, like if I get rid of the old stuff, if I crop that a little bit, you can see I only went to here. And later you'll see why, maybe. I got some plans. I was thinking as I was up here working, first of all, I'm about tired of working with white. I don't know if any of y'all feel that same way as me, but I've painted with white so much in my lifetime. I'm about done with it. Always need 2 to 3 coats. That's the first thing that sucks. But second of all, I'm just starting to find it boring. You know, white was always the go-to color. I reckon times are changing a little bit. But most of the houses I've flipped, I paint the interior walls white, all of them, because it's neutral. People don't complain. They don't come in the house and go, "Oh my gosh, them colors, can't do it." But it's boring. So I painted that wall white and you know, started thinking to myself, why am I using white again? It's a 140-year-old house. All wood, all made out of wood. Screw white. Lucky moving forward. So I come up with some ideas yesterday as I was looking around in here, and I think I got some pretty good ideas because I was thinking, well, this is one of the coolest rooms in the house because this could just be a great master bedroom right here. By the way, I also found out that old stereo is still plugged into the wall, which is really cool. That means when the guy was up here doing drywall, he's listening to records and 8-tracks and stuff. That's cool. I like that. The house tells the story. It is literally still plugged into the wall. The old console stereo, if y'all ain't seen it. Got the record player, the 8-track, the AM, FM radio, the cassette player, the whole deal. And in this side room over here, I got another turntable and cassette player and radio unit all in one with the big speakers, you know, moving into the late 70s type stuff, into the 80s. This is the early 70s, right? Somebody probably bought that in 1972, brought it in their house. And they're so dang heavy, folks. That's all heavy furniture has gone out of style, if you don't know that. Some people still have some heavy furniture, but man, like, don't ever buy them couches with all the recliners and stuff. They're great for a minute, but man, when you move, last time I moved and owned some of them, I just left them for the next guy. I said, hey, you want a couch? He said, yeah, it's a nice couch. I said, you're damn right, it's a nice couch. Weighs about 6,000 pounds. I'd love to leave it here in the living room for you. So the ladies don't understand that, but the ladies don't have to lift it up and put it in the back of the truck either. So the couches stay. But that's why these things went away, folks. This thing here, 2 guys to get this down the stairs and out of this house. I mean, somebody might get hurt. I don't know why. None of us ever got hurt back then. Even on our bicycles, we do backflips and jumps and all kinds of stuff. Jump over fire pits and burning things. Have our buddies lay in front of the ramp and jump over them. And none of us ever got hurt. I don't get it. But anyway, I feel like if I try to get this thing down the stairs, I'm fixing to get hurt. So that's likely going to go with the house. I figure I'll get this room pretty cozy, you know, and give it some cheer. That's what I started to say. This room needs some cheer. Wouldn't you agree? It's going to be a cool room. As you can see, it's a mess. I got to clean up here and all this, but this is going to be a cool room. Bring some light to the walls. And, yeah, I'm going to toss a little color around in here. Brighten her up a little bit, too. Although that white, you know, hey, come on, all right, eh? I mean, I think it needs another coat. I hate white. I'm done with white. Less white. White is good for trim. If you're using a dark color like I am on the outside of this house, like a darkish reddish, whatever I'm using, French cocoa. Then the white looks great on the wooden trim. So I'm going to stick with that plan. But this whole white wall thing is just starting to bore me, folks. I think I crossed some kind of a line yesterday as I was rolling that second coat on there. And I said, you know what? This sucks. It's just white. Just boring, you know? That's probably the leading cause of racism. I think we all got it wrong because we all watch too much television. The leading cause of racism, folks, is white people are boring. White is boring. Right, fellas? To all the brothers? Huh? To all the fine-looking black females out there watching my channel? I know there's a bunch of you closet secretly watching old Lucky. All them good-looking black ladies. I love me a good-looking sister now. Now, I understand white people are boring. White is boring. We'll all be dipped. I told y'all I learned something new every gosh darn day. I just figured out I'm pretty boring. You know what? Ask yourself, who can I help today? I'll make another video later after I slap some colors around inside and out. And most importantly, stay true, y'all.